1 minute AI is the future, the next, the very architect building this future are telling us this is really a dangerous bubble we are in. So you felt like confused. It's like, okay, but is the future or is a bubble? And then if you think about you're being played, okay, this is not the truth. And my idea, and that's why I did this research that we're going to talk today, is this bubble is not a market condition, but is a grand illusion that has been built to keep us in somehow distracted. So let's see what's happening. First of all, we see that this idea that is being presented by Sam Altman about being a bubble, it come in a really specific moment, and around that moment also other things is happening. So the moment that is saying this is when ChatGPT 5 in somehow it didn't do as well as was promised, as well as people was expecting, and also as well as actually Sam Altman was telling us, look, this is new AI is going to be incredible. So ChatGPT 5 didn't deliver, and at the same time, while Sam Altman is telling us, okay, this is a bubble, he's still looking for money, and he's just secured 6 billion new investment. So, I mean, to me, just it sounds like a massive lie. Okay, so if you start following the money, what you see is they say something and something else is happening. So Google on the 3rd of September, a couple of days ago, it just said it just made a plus 9% increase in profit. Okay, and that was because there was like a lawsuit saying that Google needed to split up and leave outside Google the Chrome, and so the search engine and so on. And that was connected to monopoly. But then the judge said, because of AI, okay, this AI that is a bubble, in reality, is this AI that allow Google to keep Chrome, because it's more AI is creating a competition to this traditional search engine. So we have the facts, and then we have also those narratives that have been built. Another narrative that now I don't remember came out, but if you follow AI, you know what I'm talking about. So was this institute that this research that majority of the company that use AI is actually not making profit. Then if you look into the research properly, you see that the data is being somehow not manipulated in the number, but more in the narrative. Okay, what is included, what is not included, when is included, when is not. So the fact is, and if you use AI, you know yourself that is actually is an accelerator. So AI is helping me doing more and doing better. So how can you say that it's not working? It is working. Okay, then you may be experiment, you may over invest on something, or you may be, I don't know, you do something that can go wrong. Of course, this is part of the game. It's a new land, we don't know how it works. Let's experiment and find out. Okay, so there is people investing a lot of money to experiment, because arriving first is always a big advantage. So this misdirection is not just done by those numbers, but also is done, for example, from Elon Musk, doing a different strategy. Okay, instead of misdirecting, what it does like a lawsuit. Okay, this is to delay the competitors. So if you see at the moment OpenAI and ChatGPT have the majority of the market. Okay, this is because they were the first one to move and created a really good product. People were happy, and the growing on ChatGPT was incredible. And that was them moving first. So they got all the market because there was no alternatives. Now, Gemini came out, Claude came out, and Grok came out. So now they're trying to get part of this market. Elon Musk is investing a lot on this. XAI is growing really fast. If you see the speed of which XAI is growing, actually is promising a lot, because it's still not first, okay? But if you see when it started and how much land it's taking, you can see that it's actually doing really well. and it's just question of time that is gonna go on the top. The thing is, from my point of view, is so Elon Musk does this lawsuit doesn't need to win. It just need to slow things down, okay, and to allow it to catch up. Plus, XAI has an amazing, incredible data center now. Okay, they are this amazing supercomputer, so they can actually go faster than others. Now, what's the problem with the XAI from my point of view? Even though it's not part of this video, but I'm just gonna share because I have to. So, from my point of view, XAI doesn't have a good user interface, and it's overpromised again, saying that is this amazing AI, and was the idea of truth-seeking AI. It's not, okay? This is not. It says something, but it doesn't do it. So. So this is another element. So we have this narrative being trying to shape according to the interest of those that have the majority of the shares. Why this is happening? Because in this moment, AI is really new. Okay, it is all about positioning. So everybody is trying to position the company in the best position possible to build the future. Okay, so take most of the market. So everyone is competing with the OpenAI because OpenAI was the first one to move. But we need to remember one thing: the OpenAI technology is built on an open source research done by Google. So in reality, the knowledge, the real skills come from Google. What's happened is that OpenAI used that one to build on top. Okay, good job, well done, amazing, thank you for pushing this forward. But from my point of view, what I see is Google is better positioned out of all the other company. So we need to see at this point, okay, but what is Google doing? At the moment, is leverage all the network, all the knowledge, everything they have, and try to implement AI properly on everything. Okay, we saw now with the launch of the new mobile phone, with the new nano banana stuff. So we saw that it's actually what they're doing is getting better and better than everybody else, and they are able to implement on things that works. So Gemini on mobile phone, amazing, works. Okay, now the implementation of Google search that give you at the beginning, give you like the kind of sort of summary or solution, or anyway a kind of answer from the AI, really good. Gemini personally is the Gemini 2.5 Pro is the AI that better align with my style. Okay, so it's the one that I need to fight the least to achieve something that makes sense. So by following the money, we see that there is there is a difference between what is being said to us and what is the truth. So, are we in a bubble? I don't think so. I mean, it can become a bubble. It can be that we are at the beginning of the bubble, but at the moment we are not at the risk of this bubble exploding. And there are several reasons. First, it's too early. Okay, the market is talking. There is a lot saturation about the narrative about the AI and so on. At the same time, it's true that it's not delivering what is being suggested, but it's also true that it's delivering something. So what is being suggested is this AI that can do the work for you. Okay, it's not true. And also the AI that in the future, in near future, is going to be more intelligent of humans, going to replace the human. It's not true. Okay, it's far. It's far. Okay, I personally been using AI for the last 3 years at the kind of on everything. Okay, because I wanted to learn, so I apply on everything I did, on every single work I've done, from creative and not creative, consultancy, anything. Okay, and what I see is an incredible tool for me to improve. Okay, to learn faster, do research, create documents, brainstorm ideas, stay in line with my business model, for example, stay in line with my ethics and so on, because AI can actually check if can help you check if you are doing things out of I mean in line with your ideas. So this is beautiful, and it's a massive accelerator. It's able me to do more and do also things that before I was not able to do. This is completely true. But it by itself is just useless. It's just a window that is there not doing anything. Okay, so you always need a human to guide it, and not even to guide it, to actually filter it, because the outcome from the AI is not good enough. Okay, it can say anything. So the only way to make it intelligent is to give a prompt that is intelligent, to give a system of, let's call it for simplicity, rules and principle to the AI needs to follow to come out with an outcome. Okay, without those things, can say whatever, okay, can say anything that is in line with your business or not in line with your business. So the intelligence comes from the human be able to use AI and to make AI become intelligent in their output. So we are not going to see for sure AI replacing human. Well, what we can see and is happening already. And if I have to employ someone, I want someone that can use AI, because that person can produce much more, can do so much better, and it's going to actually even. I mean, in somehow the work with AI is not just. You do produce better and faster, but it's also, from my point of view, and the way that I use it, in somehow it's less demanding, because some element that are boring you can delegate to the AI. Okay, so if I need to write a document, most of the time what I need is to give a bullet point to the AI. Okay, and that is the high thinking. Okay, this document needs to include this data, this information, so on. Okay, then I give to the AI, boom, give me this document that is well written, that for me, especially because I work in English and English is not my first language, so for me it will take a lot of time to write it in a way that is, correct and so on. So just that thing is incredible. So what I'm saying is, this is not financial advice, of course, because even though we're talking about finance, so I'm not giving any financial advice. But for me, this is not the moment that is the bubble is going to burst. This is a moment where those companies, those corporations try to get as much land as possible, and the land as we are the humans. Okay, so we are the piece of land. Okay, and they are trying to get us. That's what I wanted to say today. It's I want just you to reflect on these narratives. I don't even understand why people are just sharing and just saying that, I mean, for me, it's in somehow sounds obvious. Okay, so Sam Altman, it's work for a company. It has responsibility on this company. His main job is to bring money inside the company. So when he says, this is a bubble, investors should be careful, what is that? Okay, it just wants the other investor not investing on other company. Okay, be careful, because it's this is a bubble, but give us 6 billions because we need it, but it's a bubble. So I mean, I think it's clear. I think it's clear. So, no financial advice, but this, from my point of view, is not bubble. It's a moment where the land is being shared, has been taken, and what we need to do is, on our side, if you are, of course, an investor, you do what you think is right. If you are a builder, it's just don't give up. This is the moment we need to keep building and move more. And if you are a user, don't get pulled into those topics in this way. Okay, think critically, and don't believe at this. I mean, they have an agenda. They have a reason to say whatever they say. Okay, so whatever they say is for the benefit of their investors, their company. It's not for the benefit of the user. So you as a user, you don't need to trust what they say. Totally. You don't even need to listen what they say. Okay, what you need to do is to do your research, use the tool, and you make your own mind. Talk with your people, your friends, your whatever clients, talk with them and try to see what you can do, what together you can do. This is This is because that connect to reality. Is useful or not, it's up to you. It's not up to someone that says this is a bubble. Okay, thanks for staying until now, and like and subscribe, and see you next time. Ciao.